Prajna Institute of Yoga and Allied Sciences, a holistic health and wellness center.
Avatar Live viewers, a very, very good morning wherever you are. I'm Mike Purley for Avatar Live from Bangalore. Today's special interview of Avatar Live makes a lot more sense for these testing times around us. I am here joined by Dr. Mahendra Jain and Dr. Neetu Jain, who are co-founders at PIYAS Holistic Health Center. PIYAS standing for Prajna Institute of Yoga and Allied Sciences. Here's somebody who's not had a tablet for the last 24 years. Dr. Mahendra Jain, talk to me about it. It's been 24 years you've had a tablet. How does it feel?
Yeah, that's true. And for the last 24 years, I haven't had any medicines. And that journey is a different journey which started after having met Dr. Neetu Jain.
Lovely.
She's my wife. I mean, you will be surprised to know that she's not even vaccinated.
Interesting. Now hold on. You're a 24-year-old veteran who's not had a tablet, but somebody has overtaken you in that race. All her life, you've not had a single tablet or being vaccinated. So I should start with you ideally, Dr. Neetu Jain. Talk us through this process, why and how.
We have been trained that way. So we understand, and after that I came qualified myself and then came in this field and realized that people suffer a lot. So can we do something? When I got married, 10 years I used to fight with him. I don't want any support from you. You just give me one example, those who are taking medication from last 10 years, asthma, BP or anything, and they are well. I don't want to do all these things. I'll sit home. But if something for the good cause, where all medication can stop and they can do excellent. Because I don't think nobody wants to take medication. Okay, I don't know the way, how to live and what is the way out for my diabetes. I need to take medication.
Talk us about PIYAS. How different is this holistic wellness center from a regular hospital that people might go to? What is the unique selling proposition?
It's a passion of a family which has lived for 70 years in the natural way, have not taken any medications for over 4 generations. And they have seen a lot of benefit to them happening in all aspects of their life. So, but then it was the thought, if it is helping us so much, why shouldn't we take it to the world at large? So that's where this thought came in. And Dr. Neetu herself then trained herself to be a naturopath, a trained naturopath, and she started practicing. And she had a small center. But this particular center had a lot of different ideas behind it. See, one of the basic ideas we ventured out with was that, why do a person goes to a hospital, corporate hospital? When he walks in there, why does he get trust in the hospital or a doctor and all? Because the look and feel of the hospital, the way it is organized, the way the systems are made and all those kind of things, which was totally missing from these kind of sciences, especially naturopathy and yoga and Ayurveda. This was missing. So we thought we should do it a little differently. We should bring this trust back into the people, one. Second, generally, what the trend is that people have tried medications, going to doctors and variety of procedures for many, many years, and still they have not found a solution. Then finally they think, chalo, theek hai, let us try even naturopathy and Ayurveda also, see if it helps. So it was the second, third, or maybe the last choice of people. Third thing and the most important thing for us to understand is that, see, modern science has been in existence for about how many years? 150 years, 200 years as we know. Humans have been in existence for lakhs of years,
You're right.
thousands of years as we know.
You're right.
Have they not survived? They've survived quite well. How? By using these natural remedies and traditional things. And in fact, body is your greatest healer. Health is very natural to all of us. In fact, to get sick, you have to put in a lot of effort.
Right.
You have to eat wrongly for so many years. You have to live wrongly for so many years. You have to think wrongly for so many years. And then somewhere you fall sick or you have chronic disease. Actually, health doesn't take much effort. It is natural. But the way we live, the way we think now, it's become the reverse order. So our aim here is to bring those things back to us. So here what we are trying to do uniquely in PIYAS Holistic Health Center is that we have not negated the whole of modern science. There are some very good things about modern science and we still want to use them. For example, the diagnosis of a disease, the prognostication of a disease. For example, if you are a diabetic and you come to me and you get treated, within a month you see a lot of changes. But how do you know? But if you do a blood sugar test, if you do a HbA1c levels and demonstrate that it is decreasing, that gives so much more confidence
People
to the
love
patients.
the data behind it, and you
Yes.
say you take modern day data and modern day clinical procedures
Yes.
and supplement it with yesteryear's philosophy
Yeah.
to add that belief to cure an illness.
Yes, and that's why we say what we are doing is more of integrative medicine, especially PIYAS approach. Whenever a patient comes to us, we don't immediately take him off any medications which he has been taking because we know that will cause more harm to him. So we handhold him and take him through our process, in fact a weaning process through which he goes. So within 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, most of our patients are able to give up medications.
Today's generation is a very fast forward generation. We need our pizza in 30 minutes, we need instant coffee. Like that instant medication has been a trend off late, right? What do you talk about this instant cure philosophy? Is it feasible as well?
I think this is one of a partial myth which everyone carries. Eastern medicine or especially naturopathy or yoga or Ayurveda is a very slow process.
Yeah.
Because it has to do with life, it seems slow. If, for example, you are very tired and a whole day you are at your office, you are very tired and you just walk in home and you want to judge, what do you do first when you get in home? Do you take an energy drink and drink it, or you take energy tablet and eat? Water and drink, and that gives you instant
energy.
relaxation and energy.
Right.
Why?
It's an age-old process.
Yes, and how does it happen? Instantly. Right? You're very depressed, very tired, and suddenly one friend comes to you smiling at you. What happens?
Lovely point. Of course, it
cheers you up. Is it not instant?
Of course, yes.
Yes, and these are all instant things. It's just that we have not thought of it in that way. See, very simply we tell people, okay, if you have cold, cough or fever, if you don't take medicine, it will last for 7 days.
You're right, I know where you're
And if you take medicine, it will go away in 1 week.
1 week. You're right, well said.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. Actually, you know what, in this era of outsourcing, we have outsourced everything, even our health.
Even our health?
We have
Dependent
outsourced
on
it.
somebody else
For it. We don't want to take onus of anything else.
Interesting.
So we want to just put this also on doctors and hospitals and procedures and tablets and anything.
And that's where this lockdown has taught us a brilliant lesson, right?
Yes.
For example, Dr. Neetu Jain, when I open Instagram, in the 40 days, they were thinking, how can I sit at home and do meditation? How can I do Surya Namaskar? How can I just concentrate hard and just do laughter therapy? People started going back to themselves to try and find happiness inside themselves. Isn't it an eye-opener according to you?
100%. We were well aware about it, कि how one person goes inside, you get to know कि where is the joy is and where the happiness is. So in PIYAS, we have so many such kind of small practices which can be done anywhere, anytime, which we unveil for people and customize it. And then there where they unveil the joy and they have the entry inside. We create lot of password. How you want to go internet? There is a password.
You're
you want to log on to your account.
You're right.
Password. Inner world also has a lot of passwords.
Interesting. Talk me to the passwords. What are these passwords like?
Okay. Now let's say, for example, you are in corporate, right?
Yep.
So you don't have time. So
You're
now
right.
what we say, the 59 minute you work for yourself. 59 minute work for yourself.
59 minutes I work for myself.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
less than an hour. Okay.
And 1 minute you give it to yourself. So do nothing. Have a bigger smile.
Beautiful. So it all starts with a smile. We are slowly transforming this conversation, not talking about illness, but talking about wellness. How different are these terms?
In fact, that's what we say. When I becomes we, the illness transforms to wellness. I mean, there is a lot of talk about psychosomatic diseases,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
It all starts in the mind and then manifests in the body, which is so true. Nowadays, there is a list of more than 500 diseases which fall under this category. Everything, including arthritis, asthma, diabetes, heart disease, cancers, you name it, everything is related to your mind. So only if you work on your body, it is 100% not going to give you a solution. So for example, what we say is, if you do a business and you think only of making good product, you don't concentrate on your sales, marketing or on employee retention or anything, is it a good business policy?
Not at all. You need to have multiple approaches.
Multiple
going
approaches.
parallelly.
Yes. So how can you think of only treating a disease at the physical level, only bothering about the disease, not even touching your mind, psychological level or emotional level or social level? So in fact, what we think here is that even two diabetics coming to us are two different diseases.
Right point.
In fact, we have a customized different program even for two diabetics, because his lifestyle may be different. What he eats at home on a regular basis is different. His activity level on a daily basis is different. How he thinks, his stress levels are different. How can you have a common thing for both of them?
So is there a study that you do every patient, should we call them a patient, or every person who comes to you? What's the approach that you follow for that?
In fact, one of our mainstay is the first consultation which we do with the patient.
Okay.
It's a pretty elaborate consultation we do. More than understanding his symptoms and diseases and his reports, that's obviously we do. There's no doubt about it. But more importantly, we try to understand him as a person, what kind of a person he is, what he does on a daily basis, what he eats on a daily basis, his whole dinacharya or whatever. Then what is his social environment, his family and everything. We try and understand all these levels, because many a time, see, every headache is not brain tumor. It could be just a fight with your wife, right? So you have to understand that. So unless you don't understand that person, you are not going to get to that level. So we try and do this holistic consultation at the start to understand all these aspects of the person. Yes, one thing. Second thing, as the person goes through the program, there are a lot of observations and impressions which are made, which are used as tools for us to customize his program. Modern diagnostic techniques are used, there's no doubt about it, because we need to come to conclusion and monitor it also. But while designing a program for him, many other things are taken into consideration. What we have seen is that diet makes a difference, yes, no doubt about it. In physical exercises or physical programs make a difference, no doubt about it. But very, very importantly, which we also give a lot of importance here, is that emotional wellness. Because we have seen that a lot of their people's problems at the base of them, at the core of it, are some emotional issues. So unless you don't talk them out to them, or you don't take care of them, you're not going to find a long-term solution.
No, you will be surprised to know our center is social distancing, which we thought long.
Interesting. Much ahead of the times. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
See, this area, there could have come at least 50 rooms, but we consciously created only 12.
Interesting.
And where only 30 people maximum can be accommodated. Consciously thought, okay, there should be distance. In yoga, we always talk that much distance we have to create.
Even in yoga,
In fact, space heals. Space is an element of healing.
Lovely.
Your mind has a space, and where the space is blocked, then problem starts.
Talk us about how this disease can be transformed and broken into different parts from a person's perspective.
See, in fact, the very word disease is dis-ease, when you are not at ease.
You're right.
Not at ease can be variety of things. Not at ease bodily, not at ease mentally, not at ease emotionally, not at ease socially, not at ease financially. All these are aspects of wellness.
Lovely.
So you cannot just take care of your body's ease and say you have a six-pack and you are a very fit body and say you're well. No, it doesn't happen that way. You have to take care of all these the other aspects. So you just remove the dis out of the disease. You are at ease. If you are at ease, you are free from every disease.
It starts with you is what you're trying to say.
Absolutely.
And because of this lockdown, and of course there's no medicine that is available instantly, the ball is in our court. We have to be better prepared to try and handle the circumstances. Social distancing as a way of life has become a norm now. There are multiple rules and regulations we have to follow too. But it all starts with you as well, right?
In fact, if you look at it this way, in the last 40 days, most of the hospitals have been closed, except for a few emergencies they're working, but the number of patients haven't increased. You hardly see any MIs, you hardly see any strokes coming to the hospitals. Why? Suddenly there is such a big drop. Fear has gone out of people, one. Second, people leading a decently healthy life, eating home food, they are not eating outside food.
You're right.
They're not exposed to the other stresses like work or road driving and those kind of things, Those kind of stresses they are not exposed to, which is also helping them. So you come back to the same thing. If you take all this, manage all these things in your life, you have no disease.
We are going back to our roots, and people are quoting this beautiful thing that earth is healing. So this lockdown has been a blessing in disguise for us to look back into life to such kind of holistic approaches, isn't it?
Yes, in fact, what is naturally said is that even when you have a fracture, a doctor can only put your bones back into alignment.
You're right.
But the healing still has to be done by your body.
You're right.
There is no medicine or no procedure which can do any healing
You
for
have
you.
painkillers, you don't have apply anything for
Yeah.
the bones to come together.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if a surgeon can do his surgery, but the healing inside still has to be done by your body only. And if the healing doesn't happen, everything can go wrong. So that healing capacity or this thing is innate in every person. And that, yes, because of your wrong lifestyle, food or many other factors can go into a disarray. So you need just to put them back into shape. And that's what exactly we try and do here. Especially now during this COVID times, it has become more important for us to get back to this. See, everyone is talking about it. There's no vaccine for this. There's no treatment for COVID.
You're right.
There's nothing. What are we doing this? Age-old things. Hand hygiene, physical distancing, and taking proper barrier and protections and those kind of things. And most importantly, everywhere which you hear about is, you build up your immunity.
Dr. Neetu Jain, over to you. Your concluding points on the top 5 things somebody should do to build our immunity and prevent ourselves amidst these testing times.
See, as you said, we can hasten the healing process. Okay? Now you will say how we can hasten the healing process. That's what the 5 point comes now. Drinking water, maximum in the morning. So before 9, a person can drink almost half of the water. Suppose that the person is drinking 3 to 4 liters per day is minimum requirement.
Okay.
Unless they have any critical problem. So then they have to refer and then they decide. Normal people we are talking right now. So first tip is 3 to 4 liters water.
Before?
Before 9 o'clock, they should consume 50% of water.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, that is first. Second, gargling minimum 4 times per day. That is second tip. Third, in case if they can do it, then they don't need PIYAS. But I'm sure they won't be able to do smile 24/7.
It begins with a smile,
Which is,
isn't it?
yeah, which is your own asset. Nobody has taught you.
Lovely.
Right? So if they can maintain that, okay, whenever I remember, I should smile for myself. I smile for you. I smile for everyone. That's what we do. But can I smile for myself? That's the third tip. Fourth tip. We have 32. Can we use it rightly? So each morsel minimum 20 to 32 times. If they are eating fruit, 30, at least 20 times, they should chew. Okay? Fifth tip. They should, as early as they can get up in the morning, so they can go to bed on time. We've been hearing when we were young, early to
Bed.
and early to rise. But that remain in our only
Age-old childhood beliefs.
yeah, LKG, UKG. So I think health terminology, we should start LKG, UKG.
All over again to try and reinvent that.
Yeah,
wheel.
yeah.
Interesting.
And then see, when we talk in PIYAS about the health, we don't talk only physical health. We talk physical health, mental health, emotional health, personal health, professional health, all sort of health.
It's holistic. It's
Yeah.
it's 360 degrees, I suppose.
Yes, and we create the tips for everything.
In fact, what she said, telling, makes a lot of scientific sense also. So, for example, smiling. Actually, smiling increases your happy hormones, endorphins, serotonin levels, and serotonin levels increase. These and cortisol levels decrease. Cortisol is a stress, it's indicator of stress. So it brings down your stress levels. In fact, it's been scientifically proven smiling and laughing. In fact, that's why we call laughing as the best medicine. If laughter could be bottled and given as a prescription medicine, okay, you take 2 laughters in the morning, 2 in the afternoon and 2 in the evening, it will be one of the best drugs ever discovered on this planet Earth. Unfortunately, right now with the technology available, we are not able to bottle laughter. But we are on it, and probably we will succeed one day. And when it happens, we will give it as a medicine to people.
Strange and interesting thoughts, but we are concluding on that note, both of you. It's been wonderful talking to you. Great insights. Dr. Mahendra Jain, Neetu Jain, thank you so much for joining us in this beautiful episode of Avatar Live. Viewers, I hope you've listened to some of the softer aspects that they have said today. Thank you so much for joining us in this very, very special episode of Avatar Live. I hope you've gained a lot more insights, as much as insights we've had conversing this with us. I'll meet you all soon. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day ahead. Cheers.